Hey guys, this is Camfree15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another One Piece anime episode review for you guys. And yes, I'm here this week to talk One Piece episode 989. It was a pretty good episode. Now, obviously, the one big thing is, if you're wondering why did I not do an episode review last week of episode 988. It was the reason why was because I had my second dose at the time of the vaccine, and I had pretty crazy reactions to it, and I didn't feel all too well. So by the time I finally felt strong enough, it was kind of already too late in the week to freaking record the video. So yeah, kind of the thing, but I guess I can talk a little bit about it. Kind of what just really the most main important parts of episode 988 was the fact that, well, the Big Mom pirates apparently know that, well, Kaido and Big Mom formed an alliance together. They heard about that, and they were trying to climb up the waterfall again. They're also wondering, how people can enter Wano, and they don't know, they weren't told about the secret passageway literally in between of the waterfall that has to open up. So they have to do it up the hard way, and they're wondering if they're going to see King again. But this time it isn't King. Yes, there's another bird fellow, but it's Marco from the Whitebeard Pirates. He does the same thing King did earlier in the arc and just kick them down the waterfall and stuff like that. And that's when we see Cat Vipers with them, with a mysterious person who we later found out in this episode was, which was Izo. And then the episode ended off with Chopper and Usopp with the Frankie tank essentially running into Big Mom and just wondering if Big Mom will recognize them. So picking up where that last left off, essentially how the episode starts off, it's the same thing. You just have Chopper just looking at Big Mom, and it's just a stare fest. And it's like, the question is Big Mom going to realize who it is? Now, at first, it looks like Chopper gets away saying, I'm just reporting for duty. I'm just doing like a security check. And Big Mom's like, oh, you're on patrol. Okay, fine. But then that's when Big Mom goes back in. She's like, and she's about to grab some food. She's like, wait a second. That person looked familiar right then and there. So that's when she starts to realize, oh, wait, it's the freaking, she calls him Raccoon, but she remembers it's Chopper from the whole Cake Island incident. It was probably the big headpiece too. So yeah, it's funny because you see Usopp having just reacting to all this, and he's thinking, oh, she's not gonna believe him. And then obviously Big Mom says, oh, you're just patrolling. She's like, and Usopp's like, she believed him. But eventually Big Mom comes out. She's like, hey, I know it's you. You messed up my wedding cake, and I'm gonna kill you for that, and stuff like that. So she starts chasing them, and essentially you just have Nami, Carrot, and Shinobu, and the others just like, oh, well, they'll be fine. We see what happens there. Now, we cut back. Also, I forgot to mention last week, Kanjuro finally showed himself in front of Orochi and Kaido, bringing alongside Momonosuke, and so like that was another big point. I forgot to mention that. But essentially, obviously he's like, look, I got freaking Momonosuke, sir, Lord Orochi and stuff like that. So I hope you're very happy. Now, Kaido, he actually remembers Kanjuro. He's like, oh yeah, you're one of the scab. Now I remember you. You're one of the freaking Odin's little scabbers that fought me all those years ago. Well, who would have guessed that you were a double agent, essentially? So yeah. Also, he does remember Momonosuke. He's like, oh yeah, that's the brat that freaking cried in my hands when I held him over the freaking, over like essentially just the entire castle and stuff like that. I could have just dropped him, and stuff like that. He's like, that's Odin's little so-called brat. Now Black Maria kind of takes him. She's like, oh, that precious little boy, you can't hurt him yet. So we kind of see that Black Maria is like a motherly like figure. And we also see how truly big she is because she holds freaking Momonosuke in her hand. Momonosuke is honestly like a freaking grape to her. So, good God, that shows that Black Maria is one big girl. So yeah. Now, also, Kanjuro tells Orochi, oh yes, Lord Orochi, yeah, so I managed to get Momonosuke, but Kinemon and the pirates, they're still alive, and they're on their way here. And that's when you just have freaking Orochi just lose his damn mind. He's like, wait, what? You're telling me they're not dead? And Kanjuro's like, yes, Kinemon had a very, devious plan and tricked me. I never knew him to be so, battle smart. And so, I never thought he was like some sort of master, trickery guy. And you just have this entire scene where you just have freaking Orochi. You saw him partying and how happy he was to the standpoint that he thought the scabbards were all dead. The alliance was dead. Now his worst fears came back to him, and he's like, oh my goodness, why didn't you do nothing? And obviously freaking Kanjuro was like, what do you expect me to do? I can't do nothing. As one person against a group full of people and pirates and stuff like that. So he's pissed off. Now Fukurokuju shows up and he's like, sir, listen, there's been nobody spotted yet. So the fact that Kinemon's saying that is probably false. I mean, Kanjuro saying that is probably false. But even if that's the case, we haven't seen anything. And then two, we did lose some battleships, which Kanjuro makes mention, oh yeah, the pirates did that, which we all know it was Luffy, Law, and Kid that took out most of the battleships on the way back to Onigashima to essentially spread the word like, oh, they're coming, and stuff like that. Fukurokuju also says, oh yeah, and there's also Kid, Killer, Zoro, and Luffy, Zoro, Kid, and Killer on the ground floor, beneath us. And they seem to be making some ruckus. Now Orochi's like, why did you not tell anybody? Why didn't you tell me? He's like, in order to keep you calm and keep you fine, listen, that's why I didn't tell you. Listen, I didn't tell you because I want you to just party and have a good time and stuff like that. And hey, look, Queen's handling that. He's got that completely handled. And even Kaido's like, oh, well, I guess I don't have to get my hands dirty, so whatever. And Fukurokuju, he's like, also too, Lord Orochi, listen, this is the safest place you can be. Their whole alliance is going to get raided on, and we're going to defeat them if it ever gets to that. So guess what? This is the safest place you can be. And even Kaido's like, yes, Orochi, why are you crying? Why are you whining? Guess what? This is the safest place you can be. Trust and believe. But, you have some people trying to entertain Orochi, be like, hey, listen, just take a sip of drink, just to have some sake. And Orochi's like, don't try to force feed me or don't try to give me things. I need to see their dead bodies right now. So Orochi's paranoia is back yet again. And I think this time he's going to want to see their dead bodies, if not anything. So, yeah. Now he also grabs Momonosuke and he's like, it don't matter. I'm going to execute this kid. So their little alliance of the Kozuki clan ends and dies tonight. And stuff like that. So yes. Now we cut over to Marco and Nekomamushi, Viper Cat, and we find out who that secret individual was. It's like I mentioned earlier. We find out it was Izo. Again, we remember he was one of the former scabbards of Odin, who eventually joined him on Whitebeard's crew, and then we saw that Izo just stayed on Whitebeard's crew until they disbanded and everything. And stuff like that. So yeah, we also find out that Marco was going to come to Wano, but he left a note saying that he was going to show up and be a little bit late. Obviously because he wanted to make sure that, well, guess what? Weevil didn't attack the village, but when obviously the warlord system just essentially ended, I guess you can say that, well, I'm guessing the village is going to be protected because guess what? If Weevil ever does show up, the Marines will be here to protect the people. So I can freely go and do what I need to do and help out the Straw Hats and against Kaido on Onigashima because hey, makes sense. The fear of Weevil is gone because now the Marines are going to be after him 24/7. So I don't have nothing else to worry about and stuff like that. He also says he also wanted to come help out because hey, listen, Odin was a person he cared a lot about and a person who meant a lot to him, and he also liked Odin a lot and stuff like that. He's also shocked as well as the fact that Wano has changed as a country for the worse, and he's like, this once lush, very nice looking country, it looks like a mud heap. He's just like, yeah, that's because of Kaido and Orochi, and stuff like that. So we got to put a stop to it. So we got 2 members of the Whitebeard Pirates on our side. So it's definitely going to be freaking interesting to say the least. I forgot what division Izo's in, but I know Marco's like the first division captain of the Whitebeard Pirates. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what they bring to the arc as well and stuff like that. So yeah. Now we cut over to another scabbard in this Denjiro's group. Now Denjiro's, as they're doing honestly same plans to Hinemon's group, they essentially run into a Tobiropo member and they run into Sasaki. Now, Denjiro, using his Kiroshiro personality, essentially is like, oh, hey, buddy, what you doing? And Sasaki's like, oh, hey, Kiroshiro, what are you doing here? They said you weren't supposed to be here. And obviously Denjiro's like, oh, don't, please. I'm making it a surprise, so keep it quiet, man. I'm just coming here and stuff like that. And they're like, hey, I want to give some booze and some drinks because I like you and stuff like that. And Sasaki kind of falls for Denjiro's trap, and they essentially handcuff Prison Stones to his hands and kind of, I guess, chain him up to this rock. And Sasaki's like, hey, Kiroshiro, what are you doing? What the hell is this? And that's when Denjiro just takes off his robe and he shows his back, and it has the Kozuki clan mark on his back, essentially showing that he has loyalties to the Kozuki clan. And that's when he's like, yeah, I'm a member of the Kozuki clan. Guess what? I'm allied with them. So yeah, it's kind of where it goes there. I think they knock him out too. So yeah. Now, speaking of, we cut over to Chopper and Usopp. They eventually are in a chase by Big Mom, and eventually Big Mom calls like some men over to help. That's when Chopper and Usopp kind of realize that they need to get past these people. They need to get past these guys and Big Mom because they got to meet up with Frankie so Frankie can essentially, form obviously his lovely Sentai robot type of thing. I forgot what they called it. But they get the Brachio tank and they just make a whole out assault. They take out most of the members of the Beast Pirates that are helping Big Mom. And Big Mom, she says, oh, you took them out. So she's planning to drop a legit bomb on them. But then they close the tank up. They essentially stop and they have the tank. Eventually, when she drops the bomb, the tank goes up into the air. And the way how they guess you can kind of say they get out of it is they blast, a bomb in Big Mom's face, and then freaking Chopper just throws a grenade in her mouth. She's like, take that. Now they think she's defeated, but we know Big Mom's an emperor. Like a cannonball and just a bomb in her mouth isn't gonna kill her. It would probably kill a normal person, but not Big Mom, not an emperor of the sea. And she's literally, and Big Mom gets up, she's like, you thought that defeated me? Oh, please. Guess what? You guys need to try harder. So they're just getting chased. Now, obviously, the other allies like Kinemon and the others and Nami and the others, they're using it as a way as a distraction. So, yeah, that's kind of the distraction there and stuff like that. So, yeah. Now, speaking of Nami starts to make a mention of the fact that it's hot. She's like, damn, why is it so hot in here and stuff like that? And that's when they turn around and Nami, Carrot, and Shinobu all see that Zeus is behind them. And if you remember who Zeus is the big sun character. No, Prometheus. Zeus is the freaking stupid Prometheus. If you remember who Prometheus, he's the sun little homie that Big Mom created. And essentially Prometheus is like, you're the lady that took Zeus from us. or well, she said, you stole Zeus from Big Mom, from Mama. So I envision Prometheus might call Big Mom over and say, I found Zeus. I found the lady that stole Zeus from you. That's gonna be very interesting. And then the episode ends off with Ulti and Page One. Again, they're looking for Yamato. And essentially the thing is, freaking Ulti kind of gives the whole thing like, I don't want to walk anymore, Pei. Can you please pick me up? And eventually Page One grabs her on her back, but essentially she slams him on the ground. They literally slamming him down the stairs, like face all up in these wooden stairs. And this gets to the part where Luffy's fighting some of the Beast Pirates. And you have Ulti and Page One, Ulti, thanks for writing Page One, literally, come in front of Luffy, and essentially Luffy looks through the smoke and he's looking who this is, and you just have Ulti saying, who the hell are you? And Luffy replying right back to her saying, who the hell are you? And that's where the episode ends off. So next week, Luffy looks like he's going to be fighting Ulti, which is one of the Toby Roppo members. So we're going to see how strong one of the members of the Toby Roppo are. So it'll be very interesting. I'm very interested to see. I'm very actually shocked that the fact that, we're already running, you have some people already running into freaking, Toby Roppo members. You already have Denjiro running into Sasuke. He kind of took him, when I say take him out, he kind of just locked him up pretty easily, and then seems like Ulti and Luffy are going to get into a fight. Maybe we'll also find out what Ulti's devil fruit form is, because she would have to have a devil fruit too. Even if you watch the next episode preview, it also seems like Kaido's son is going to show up in some form or way. So yeah, but I thought this was a solid episode. I very much enjoyed it. There was actually a lot of content in this freaking episode alone. As well as hyping up for next week's episode. But other than that, that's kind of it. So if you guys like the video, leave a like. In the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of One Piece, as well as hit that subscribe button to get more One Piece anime content. And if you do hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell icon to make sure you're up to date with whatever I upload to the channel. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day or night when checking out this video. Till then, guys, peace.